What is up, folks, and welcome back to another episode of The Distant Lands. Welcome back, welcome back. Yes, we are back again with Distant Lands, and today I have a plan, but first we sleep. We do a big sleepers. And, yeah, so last episode we did a little nether traveling, got some goodies, got some things. Got some lootings and dootings and all that good stuff. And I also took a little trip to the mesa that DJ set up a little portal to. Got some terracotta, all that good stuff. So I don't know if you guys can notice, though, our base is starting to look a little bit cramped. It's a lot going on in here. There's not really too much room to work with. The enchanting table's got dirt all over the floor. The asbestos everywhere I see. I even have these weird spiky things growing out of my ceiling now. It's horrible. And even the nether itself has leaked into my base. This is absolutely terrible. Horrible things. So, being that we're so out of room here, we're running out of space, no more room for chests, I thought it would be a good day to do a little moving. Oh my goodness. How does that happen? So before we get to today's project, obviously I'd love to show you guys where we're going to be moving and what the plan is. So if you follow me this way, we're going to do a short little walkie run. Going to come all the way down here. We're actually going to be moving not too far from spawn. It's going to be right over a days away. So right over here, we keep running, let's keep running. Okay, right uphill. And bada bing, bada bam. We are here. We are at the place. Now, the highlight of this wonderful land is this guy right here, this little peninsula, this little island dealio. So I'm going to do a little traversal. Bada bing, whoop. And then once you're over here, as you can see, it's like there's a little river that goes around, which I'll probably clear a little bit of this out. We'll stretch this river all the way around. There's already a little bit of water here as well. And we are surrounded by some wonderful hills with some wonderful biomes. We're actually not even too far from a taiga forest right there. So some taiga biome going on over that hill. You can see some taiga. Behind us, we got plains with some extreme hills, and then around us, just bunches of good hills there. And then even right here, especially, great view. There's like a flower forest on top of a hill. All good stuff. I've already started doing a little bit of work over here too, so I'm going to show you guys this. I was working on a man-made cave. So there's this man-made cave over here. Little hole in the ground, and I dug all this out. There was no cave here. This was completely hand dug. I know it looks like it's very, very natural, like it's just very rugged and stuff. I completely did this by hand. So if you come down this way, you'll sort of see how it's sort of hand dug. But yeah, horrible thing down here. Ow, he still got that shot off. But yeah. It ends right there. I'm going to keep going, though. Eventually, we'll have a little project down here as well. Going to have to gain a few more resources, but pretty cool overall. And until we get started building on the house and all that good stuff, I like that this little river pours down here. There's a beehive. It's all good things. Before we start building over here, which is going to be the main plot of land, I'm going to take you guys over here where basically starter house... first building project number 1 is going to be, which is right here. So what this is, I cleared all this out, and I have a little bit of a wall set up here. I'm going to build a nice little like cottage in the hill, and going to set up some good farms, going to set up some animal farms and all that stuff, and sort of get established. So that's what I'm going to do a little bit of off camera, and then when I cut back in, I would love to start building our house and then to get that whole project rolling. I think it's going to be pretty fun. I think it's going to look pretty cool. I'd love to start building with you guys sooner rather than later. So we're going to get started on that. So I'm going to cut out. I'm going to start moving all of the gear out of our base, say goodbye to our base, move it over here, and we'll start getting things established. So I will see you guys in a second. Alrighty, guys, do not fear, I am back. Hopefully you didn't have to wait too long here, but it has been a hot minute since I recorded that last clip. And actually, I'll be straight up honest, there's been a whole other episode recorded in between that last clip and the now clip. So you'll be seeing that episode probably next week. But for now, we have tasks to build. We have things to do. So I've been doing a little creative building. And I was really struggling, and I told this to the other guys too. It's like I was kind of on a builder's block. I really couldn't figure out what exactly I wanted to build for kind of the first house, because normally what I do for the first house dictates the semi-style I go with for the rest of the season. So I was like kind of, brainstorming a little bit, doing a little bit of digging, drawing, and concepting, and I came to some pretty good ideas. And now here I am. I'm back. And I did come up with some good stuff. So first and foremost, I did do a little bit of terraforming here. I raised the ground up. Oh, hello. I hear you. Where are you at? Excuse me. Nasty. Making disgusting noises. Ba-bang, ba-bam. You're done. So raise the ground up a little bit. Now my mini base is just kind of in this pit. So there's that. So now we got to fix this. We got to get everything out of here. And the idea is that we'll have a little bit of an uprise in the land here. And then I want to have a river that sort of flows down and then flows through the base. Now, to execute that right away might be a little bit hard, but that is ultimately the goal. So what I thought about doing this episode, since like I said, I wanted to do a little bit of building, is we're going to try to get at least a good foundation going for this starter base, and then I'll probably do a little time-lapsey thing, a little bit of a bada bing, bada bam, bada boom of the build process, and then we'll scoop back in and we'll kind of go over some things. I'll refine it a little bit, and it's going to look all nice and dandy. So good stuff, good stuff. But yeah, since we don't have replay mod yet, hopefully that's something that's coming soon. I've been keeping my eyes open for the 1.21 update or 1.20.1 update, and it seems like it's still cooking with them. They're still working on it, so I can't do some crazy flowy, hovery flybys of our builds just yet. But for now, we're gonna have to settle for the old-fashioned time lapse. So. Yeah, that's about it. So, you know the drill. Sit back, grab a snack, and enjoy me building a house. As man, I'm rusty. Ooh. Alrighty guys, so I interrupt this build session for a mid-build session break to go over a little bit of what we got over so far. So it's looking pretty good. It's a little uniform, a little more uniform than I think I was originally going for, so we're gonna have to messy it up a little bit. But yeah, it looks really good. I like some of the details we got going here and some of the supports. I am going to add a lot more of the cobblestone kind of around the sides, just to sort of, like I said, kind of messy it up a little bit. Give it a little bit more of that rustic feel. And for the roof, I think we're going to do definitely something a little bit messy. But like I mentioned before, this side, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to droop it down a lot more. And the point of that is going to be to pretty much like have the chimney come up through here in the corner and then have a waterfall sort of flow around it outside. Now, I know that's kind of hard because the land sort of slopes down anyway, but I'll try to work that into the interior of the house as well. I have an idea of like sort of working in the land here to sort of work with the interior of the house. So we'll see how that goes. But just wanted to show you guys the progress so far, what we got to going on here. So another thing I want to show you guys is a block of choice that I'm going with for sort of the base here. So originally I was thinking, you know what, your traditional cobblestone, your stone brick, a little bit of a mix and match there is going to look pretty good. But no, I think I'm going to change it up a little bit. So what I have here is an entire shulker box Don't ask me how I got this shulker box, but an entire shulker box of mud. And I have learned that mud, being the material it is, you can make mud brick. Now, let me do a little bit of an inventory cleanse here real quick. Pop that in there. And there. And then sticks and then coal. And yeah, all good stuff. And what we need to do is grab a little bit of wheat. And I think it's stacked to stack, so wha-bam. So now we have mud. Now, I think if we craft, I don't know how it goes. Do we craft that? Okay, so that's 4 mud brick. Can we do it in here as well? Oh, okay, so it doesn't work in the stone cutter. It's technically not a stone, so I guess that makes sense. But we can do that, and then we can make mud bricks. And these mud bricks look pretty good, if you ask me. They still make a weird sound when you place them down, but that's okay. Like, listen to that. These are supposed to be bricks, and they make the schlipper-to-schlopper sound, which is okay. That's fine. But yeah, we're going to use a little bit of a mix and match of this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to craft a little bit more mud. Let's do a little bit more here. Let's grab another 2. And I'm going to keep some of it normal packed mud. And then I'm going to make some more mud bricks. Make some mud stairs. And we'll roll with that for now. So like when we come out front here, we can sort of do a little bit of a, if we do a little bit of a mix and match here. So we'll do that. And we'll do one more up like that. And then like so. And voila. So a little bit messy, but it works. Looks good, and then we'll sort of mix and match this here around. And I'll also get some mud stairs in there. Looking good, looking good. Do some in the corner there. And yeah, so on. So that actually looks pretty good. That looks pretty snazzy. I like it. So we're going to roll with this. I'm going to use a little bit of these mud bricks. And then once we're done with kind of the whole base design here and we get to the roof, I'll cut back in. We'll do another little interception there. So I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, so as the sun rises here, fresh day, we got the first half done. We got this bottom section all complete. Looks delicious. I love this. I love this mud brick. It adds a nice little spice of red color in there. This would probably look really good with some terracotta kind of mixed in. I actually did do a little bit of creative digging, and I saw that the mushroom blocks, like the brown mushroom blocks, actually fit with this pretty well. And the only thing I guess I don't like is that it is very soft. It doesn't have very much give when it comes to like destructive. So if it gets hit by a creeper, it's gonna all go bye-bye. But not a huge deal. Not a huge deal. So yeah, from this point forward, it looks like we're going to be working on the roof. So there's not too much to discuss here. I'm just gonna go in at it and pretty much report back to you guys when we are done. So continue sitting, backing, and enjoying and snacking. Alrighty, so we're back again here. We're back again. I have made some progress. Progress I am not revealing at the moment, but that's okay. You'll find out in just a moment. I had to stop it. I had to stop the construction here because I was going a little too far. As you can see, I was even doing some farming. I was putting up some decorative farms here. There's a little river running here. Everything's all good and dandy. But the real reason you clicked on this episode, let's do a little reveal here. Wabam! Look at that. Doesn't it look? It looks snazzy. I like it. It's got a quaint, kind of rusticy vibe to it. I love this chimney I got going up through the roof here. I did it a little differently than what I planned in creative mode, only because the terrain in this and basically in this area is just a little different than how I had it in creative, but that's okay. We made it work. We got some little overhangs here that look pretty nice. And then if you come over here, as you can see, I have a little cutout here. I actually haven't put the full waterfall here. Hold on, let me grab a little water. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just spill some water right here. Let's just see where that takes us. And I think that went exactly the way that I wanted it to go. All right, so yeah, we have a little river running down that way. We're going to clean this up, make it look a little bit nicer. But I'll actually probably widen this river. I'm going to have a little bit more going on. The idea is that I'll probably up here eventually, just to kind of make it seem a little more normal, I'll put like a lake up here. Like a little oasis, and then I'll have that oasis kind of drain down around the house, and I'll probably do another one over this way where it kind of drains down and around. I'm gonna have to move the animal farms. I buried the pigs. The pigs have been buried, but no worries. We will move them. We'll get them into a safe spot. But yeah, this thing looks pretty good. I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with it. The mud brick looks great. The overall, the detail, I got a little bit of refining to do this. So that's what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a little bit of refining and get this thing all cleaned up, looking all nice. And then what we're going to do is I'll cut back in, and before we end the episode, we'll do a last little reveal of how everything looks. So yeah, once again, sit back, relax. I'm going to finish some things up here, and then I will cut back in and we'll show you guys the final product. And the sun rises. Build complete. Shall I do a reveal? Is now a good time for a reveal? I think so. Wabam. Look at that. Doesn't it look gorgeous? It looks good. I really liked how this turned out. It needs a little bit of touch up, needs a little bit of some cleanse, but it's overall it looks pretty good. As you can see, I did a lot of just other little goodies around the area just to kind of shape it up. I didn't want just bland terrain. The pit is still here, though. I need to move the pit. So hopefully off camera, I'm going to move all these goodies inside. But, yeah, so the idea I was going for here was a little bit more messy, a little bit more natural flow with the land. So I wanted this house to sort of build into the side of the hill, except I didn't want it to be hidey hole nature, like previous houses I've done, where it's literally like it's built into the side of a mountain, and I kind of just dress it up a little bit. I was still thinking I want to do something a little bit more house, so that's how I came up with this. And if you come behind here, we'll take a look inside in just here a second. I didn't finish the back of the roof yet, but I wanted to morph this in a little bit with the terrain, and I'll finish this up top. And I think up top here we're gonna have the do a little bit of bedroom, a little bit of maybe just some backup storage or something. So it'll all be good. It'll all be good. And then if you come down here, got a little bit of wheat storage. Got the cow farm here, which I'm gonna move this cow farm. I don't know 100% where yet. Maybe over yonder, but yeah, this looks good. And a little creek that runs through here. And here's what I love most. So this is what I was talking about during the video, is I wanted a little creek to kind of stretch around the house here and run alongside the house. Now, the original idea I had was to maybe put some kind of water wheel here, which is still a possibility. We 100% could do that, and I think it would work pretty well. I could just carve a little bit of this out, have another stream branch off, and go maybe around this tree or something. But had this stream come down, go around the house, and then it breaks off, pretty much builds like this little moat, and used a bunch of stuff from the swamp and the nether. I got some soul sand here, got some mud. coarse dirt, all that good stuff. Got some grass planted, got some wheat planted. It's all good to go. And if you come inside, so take a quick peek, ba-bing. Not decorated yet, very bland. But in here, we'll have chest room and smelteries on the back wall maybe. And then over here, I'm thinking maybe putting the enchanting area like in one of these corners. We'll see. Maybe like kind of in this back corner. And then over here, probably going to have like the staircase going up. But you do have a little bit of windows here. I do love where the well, there's no window here. But I do love the placement like of these windows because you can kind of look out. You can get a little bit of a view. And when you leave, the first thing you see is your terrain. Looks just gorgeous. You have a nice creek around, nice river that runs around here. And we're going to be doing a lot of building pretty much over here. Maybe even on that back area over there, thinking like some farms and stuff. I do have quite a few plans, but nothing too extreme. Nothing too extreme yet because I don't want to get ahead of myself. But yeah, that's about it. So I say this turned out pretty good, pretty solid. I'm going to clean it up a little bit more. I got a drown head on. Give me that. I'm going to clean it up a little bit off camera. And I would say we are good to go. So next episode, we're going to be fighting the Ender Dragon. So you'll be able to enjoy that. I actually we already fought it. It's dead, but that's why the Elytra's here. If you made it to the end of the video, spoilers alert. But obviously there's good content in the good Ender Dragon fight with the boys, so I will upload that next. And then after that's uploaded, depending on when that episode goes up, you might see, I think, a Christmas special of us doing a little bit of some spawn updates. So stay tuned for that as well. But until then, please be sure to like, subscribe, do all of those wonderful things. We are only like 50 subs from 1,000. 50 subs, which is crazy in my head, in my brain. So if you haven't subbed yet and you're new to the channel, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, do all of those wonderful things. And I will see you guys in the next one.